Hi everyone, it's Kelly. Thanks for stopping by my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. And today I'm going to share how I created this adorable, whimsical, super funny card, and then we're going to make another one together. My friends, this is so much fun, and if you are a paper crafter or a card maker, this will definitely make you smile because OMG, you can never have too many craft supplies. Am I right? This is super fun. It is giving comic book, you know, those bubblegum Barbie colors, and that's exactly what I was trying to achieve when I was creating this with these fun colors and of course these cute little girls. All the supplies that I used are from Whimsy Stamps, and I'll link to them right here in the description box below, so you can just grab that link and go over and check out everything that I've used here today and look around while you're there. But I will also share with you each of the products here, and this is the OMG die. You do get the outline die and then the bubble letters. This is such a fun die. You can use it over and over again for so many different projects and cards. This is the Gossip Girls. They are hilarious. You get the 4 little beauties here, and then of course those lips, and then you can have a surprise card. Did you hear? Shocker. And then this is what I used here. You can never, or you have how many stamps, or you're that old. And I did get this set with the matching dies, but of course you can always just stamp them as they are. If you have a Brother Scan & Cut, you can use that too. And then this is the frame die that I used for this little window scene here, and this is the Wonky Windows #1. Now Whimsy Stamps has quite a few, so if you're looking at these, they have them just with the windows in different areas. This is #1, just in case you wanted to know which one that is. But again, I will link to that in the description box below. Now these fun colors, I chose them on purpose, and then I colored the image to match the Distress Oxides that I used. And I used Kitsch Flamingo, Squeezed Lemonade, Peacock Feathers, and Saltwater Taffy. Very beautiful summery colors. So for the next card, oh, this stamped it in the Altenew Permanent Black, so that's what everything else here is. So for the next card, I'm going to use a slightly different set of colors. We're going to bring the Kitsch Flamingo back out to play. We're going to use that one again, as well as Broken China, Worn Lipstick, and Twisted Citron. So we're going to see here a slightly different colors, but also the same. So these are the colors that we're going to use for card #2. I just absolutely love this. One of my Instagram friends brought up a fun point that I had not even seen. She said, this one over here looks like Madonna. And funny thing is, now I can't unsee it. She does look like Madonna, but I promise, Scout's honor, I did not color her that way or even see that until she pointed it out. So I thought that was a lot of fun. All right, my friends, I'm going to leave this here as our inspo while we craft. And this next one is going to be a little bit different, and the reason for that is because I send my cards out, and I like when my friends to get these cards for them to have a slight difference or for them to not to be identical. So the next one here is going to have a couple of similar colors and then a different design. So we're going to put the little girl over here in the sentiment, and I've already started some of these pieces so that we can build this together and you can see how I created this. Again, I'm going to do this a little bit different. I'm not going to have the border, which is this little black cardstock here, and then I also did a die cutting around the frame. This one we're just going to leave just like this. And so I am going to use a little bit of glue to get us started. Whatever glue you have on hand, I am using the scrapbook.com glue. And then I'm just going to put that into place so we can start building this. This is a lot of fun because it's like putting together a little puzzle. So we're going to set that over there. And then here is our base. So we're just going to put a little bit of glue, and a little goes a long way, my friends. Just like lightly tap it and it will stay in place. It won't, when it gets to where it's going, pop back off, because this isn't adhesive or removable adhesive, it's actual glue. Be very, very generous, because once this starts oozing out the sides, it kind of wreaks a little bit of havoc on your Distress oxide inks, anything that touches this. Remember, this is reactive, so once you put it down, it will move again if you set something on it. Water, some sprays, if you have any oversprays, if you use any type of distress oxide spray, it will react again to this. So it'll change up the way that it looks. I'm going to put this exactly in the same way that I put this other one. So this frame is going to set right down on here. And again, just a little bit of glue goes a really long way. Hopefully that is straight, and I'm going to lift it up just briefly. Straight enough for me. I'm going to press this down just a little bit and then put something heavy on it just for a quick second. And I'm going to use this side. So there we go. That'll give it a little bit of pressure while we come over here and finish off the letters. So what I did, just like on this one, there is the O, the M, the G, and then the exclamation mark. So of course that brings us up to 4. Excuse me. So I decided to use the same 4 colors in the letters that I used in the background. So same thing for this one. We are using the Worn Lipstick, which is this one here, the Broken China. We have some Kitsched Flamingo and the Twisted Citron. So the one that we need for the O is going to be the Worn Lipstick. So I'm going to grab my brush over here, and this one will do, and we're going to do this O, pop it up on some foam for dimension. Now you might notice this goes one up, one down, one up, and then up again, and that is because I wanted to have a little bit of a wonky look to it. So once this overlaps on top of the M, it kind of takes away a little bit of the space. And that way, you know, you can still see it and it's still peeking out from underneath. It has that little bit of drama, as I like to say, by being popped up a little bit. If this bothers you, trying to get these little distress oxides on here, just grab like a sticky note, anything that you have handy, and that way it won't get all over your fingers or your projects. I hope everybody is doing amazing, and if you've made it this far into my video, this is my soft launch back to my channel, because my friends, let me tell you, I have been going through it, but everything, praise the Lord, is always a blessing in your journey of life. There's little bumps along the way, and that's okay. I find them to be wonderful teaching moments, and everything's good. So there you go. As you can see, I just popped that up on some frame, on some foam, and it kind of frames out the letter. So just like that. And I did notice on the inside from when I have that die cut that it has a little bit of a rough edge. So I'm gonna see if this will work. I'm not sure this will work. I'm gonna give this a try. We're gonna try this together and hopefully it will be okay. If not, it's gonna just have a little bit of a overhang. There you go. I think that did it. And then on this side as well, you can see here, right there, has a little bit of a rough edge. You know what else you can use? If I just grabbed this from my husband once upon a time, I used his sandpaper. You can also use just a nail file. Just have a nail file in your arsenal of craft supplies, and that works too. It takes off those edges. So there you go. OMG, I love the colors. They look very summery. These are very Miami colors, very South Beach. So the next thing we're gonna do is go back to our frame and start building it. Another thing that would be fun to do is to pop these up like this instead of just having them flat. But for this one, I am gonna have them flat because I'm gonna be putting this in the mail, and it already is gonna have enough dimension. So it'll have dimension on top of dimension. That'll make it a little too thick. Grab any adhesive that you have and just glue those into place according to shape. So as you can see, it's like putting a little puzzle, and that is empty. Grab this one here. Take off the lid, And then I am okay with any adhesive. Whatever I have on hand works for me. And so this is gonna go right into place just like that. And then I tried to coordinate the colors so that they would be diagonal to each other. So I would have the pinks with the pink, and I'm not sure that I achieved that until I put these pieces into place. I honestly don't remember which one goes where. Okay, so I did put two kind of like colors together, which will be the pink and the pink, but that's okay. So it goes just like that. This is so easy to build if you do these in like a conveyor belt fashion. If you want to do like multiples, you can just crank out a bunch of pieces and then glue them all at the same time. Do the distress oxides all at the same time, the letters all at the same time, and then just build a bunch together, because I think this is such a fun card, especially for paper crafters and card making friends. Now for this one, I think I'm going to add this with just like that. I think on this one I put it on foam. I did. I added this one up on some foam. So for this one, I'm just going to do a flat surface. Like I said, this is going to go in the mail, and it's already has dimension on the top. So for this one, I'm just going to glue that down straight. So you can already see that we are building quite a fun scene. And this was an idea that I had when I was actually talking to my daughter, and I was telling her about the olden days back when the newspaper would arrive at the house, and one of the first things that I would always grab was the comic section, and then all of the sales. Back then they would put little flyers in the newspaper of where all the sales would be starting on that Sunday. So we already knew where to head out, of course, which was back then, you know, Kmart, JCPenney, Sears, all those fun stores from the past. So this one is going to be a little bit different, and you can see here I colored her with this color, and then she has blue eyes from there, and then the pinks are in her ribbon and on her lipstick, and she's just so beautiful. So here is her twin sister, and then this one here is gonna go, you know, I think this is a little too high now that I'm looking at it, and hopefully, yes, it's salvageable. Sometimes when you put adhesive down or tape down on one of these, you pull it back up, you ruin your work. So it has to stay where it lays. I think in this case, because this is a few seconds or minute or two of like leeway, it gives you a little bit of option to take it back up before it starts to really set. I think we got lucky there. So I think I'm gonna put her on, let's see, I think I'm gonna put this one on this side. I think she can go over here, and then the sentiment will go on this side. Yep, let's do that. Okay, so this one's gonna be a little bit different. And again, like when I send out a card to a friend, I don't want it to be exactly the same as the one that I sent to another person. So this is going to go on this side. And how about right there? That looks about right. And this is such a joyful card, and it really is super funny, and it says you have how many stamps? Of course, it reminds me of that joke that a lot of people would say, I hope if something happens to me, my husband doesn't know what I really paid for my stamp supply, because let me tell you, yeah, it's expensive, but we love our hobbies, right? Whether it's painting, art, knitting, gaming, crafting, anything DIY, stamping, die cutting, it is a joy and a hobby that brings us friends. It brings us a lot of entertainment. It brings us sometimes even therapy. So there you go, my friends. OMG, you have how many stamps? So this is the second card with the same theme. And there you go, my friends. This was so much fun to create part of this card with you all. So there you go. Just a couple of supplies. Look around, see what you have. Of course, you may have one that says ugh or eek or wow, and you can always use a different one, or hello. You could use love. So there's lots of different ways that you can use a different title if you don't have this one. You can use whatever frames you have, and of course, whatever stamps you have on hand. So this is just a super fun and whimsical set of cards for Crafter and Paper Crafter. And the markers, I forgot to mention that. I did use Prismacolors on this particular set and to color up these two images. So there you go, my friends. That is my set of cards for you on this fun Friday. So my friends, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you very soon with another video. Check that one out as well. And of course, follow my Instagram. I usually put a card a day that I've created over on my Instagram channel. I'll also link that here in the description box below in case you want to check that out. I'll see you on my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.